Hey everyone, thanks for tuning into Electric Bike Journal. Today we're talking about the Propella Mini. This class 1 250 watt 20-inch wheeled bike might look a little interesting, but I'll tell you what, it's super comfortable to ride and it's extremely affordable. Let's dive into the details. The Propella Mini is a class 1 electric bike capable of doing about 18 miles per hour. The expected range with this bike is somewhere between 15 and 35 miles, depending on how you ride and what pass mode you are in. The Propella Mini uses a 250 watt rear hub drive motor from Bafang, and it's paired to a 36 volt 250 watt hour battery that is removable and you can charge it off the bike. The Mini has a very simple and clean, almost BMX-like looking design, and keeping up with that sleek and simple design is a single speed drivetrain that sits atop 20-inch wheels. The braking power is supplied from Shimano mechanical disc brakes with 160 millimeter rotors. The brake levers themselves have a little wired in plug that is connected to the motor to cut off supply to that pedal assist mode when you grab the brakes. The overall weight of the Propella Mini is about 33 pounds, and it comes in at a price point of $850 from Propella. When pulling the Propella Mini out of the box, I gotta be honest, I stepped back and was curious about what I was gonna be getting into. With those 20-inch wheels and that really tight wheelbase, I was suspect to think that this was gonna be a very interesting ride around town, and to my surprise, it was interesting. Interesting in the fact that it was a blast. I had a lot of fun riding this bike. Those 20-inch wheels and really tight wheelbase made this bike extremely fun and super nimble to cruise around town on. Those tight corners on sidewalks where a bike path isn't available, or if you're just walking it and need to get through the door somewhere, it's lightweight, it's small, compact, it's easy to get around, and they did that on purpose. They wanted it to be functional for people living in a city environment. Now, would I want to go out and ride country roads with it? Probably not. It can totally do it. You are restricted by that battery size and the range of this bike, but it was definitely designed for urban city living and to be easy and focused for that environment. Propella really did a good job at keeping this bike simple and clean and just stripped of all the unnecessary things. They did add in a few Bottle Boss mounts on the frame for a rear rack, and underneath here, the down tube, you can put a bottle cage on there if you want to carry a water bottle with you. The controller to get through the different modes, all very simple, big numbers, easy to see, easy to read, and easy to navigate. Those mechanical disc brakes are extremely easy to maintain and take care of, and the single speed drivetrain has little to no maintenance. You may have to adjust your chain tensioners as the chain stretches out, but for the most part, that's nothing in the grand scheme of having to manage and take care of a derailleur. Right now, it shows 0 on the display, really easy to read. And again, pedaling it off, doing 9, 10 miles an hour is effortless and it rolls super smooth. Pedal assist 1, don't really feel much there. Just kind of feel it holding you at that 10 miles an hour. When I go up to pedal assist 2, now you can kind of hear the motor, feel it a little bit. To be from a stop in mode 2. Feel that motor kick in instantly and gets you on up 12 miles an hour pretty easily. Not really pushing into the motor, I'm just trying to see how well it does as it is. Holds 12. Mode 3. Again, we'll do it from a stop. And you feel it kick right in, zip you up, and just shy of 14 miles an hour, up and over these bumps. It likes that 14 mile an hour zone. Through here, and up to mode 4. Now it is cruising. Definitely feel the motor. Again, I'm not pushing too hard on this. And brakes are nice. traffic, swirls. Yeah, mode 4, 15 miles an hour. It just wants to go. Great for paths like this, getting to and from the office. 60 miles an hour, 15, 16. It's really easy to get that speed in. And I'm gonna go this way. Turn around here. Again, those tighter turns is a short wheelbase. So that is from a 0 in mode 4. Not really pushing into the motor much, all the way up to 15 miles an hour, just shy. And it's a little tiny uphill. I'm not pedaling hard. And it just wants to keep you above 14. Now it's flat. Same amount of cadence and energy going into my pedal strokes, just shy of 15 miles an hour. And mode 5 wants to pull you back, really has the power there. 17 miles an hour, just shy there. And let's see how these brakes are. Nice and smooth. They're mechanical disc brakes. So we'll show you how it goes from the stop here. In mode 5. All right. Well, it's not the largest motor, but it has plenty enough energy for a little lightweight bike like this. And I think any faster, it might get a little squirrely on you. But you're able to stand up, charge, and get back up to speed, no problem.
As I mentioned, I was extremely surprised as to how well this bike rode. It was really, honestly, a lot of fun to ride around, and I have put surprisingly way more miles on this bike than I ever thought I would. I have done 20-mile loops of river trail on travels. I have cruised from my house to the coffee shop, to the grocery store, back home. It's because it's so simple and clean, locking it up at a bike rack. Without tools, nothing can just come off this bike except for the front wheel. That is, to me, a slight drawback in pitching a bike that is just clean and simple, but swapping out that skewer for one that doesn't have a quick release is a very easy thing to do. And generally, when you have a bike that only has tool necessary components, nothing quick release, you're able to keep it all much tighter and secure while you run in to do your quick errands and it's locked up at a bike rack. Aside from how fun and enjoyable it's been and the surprise of how many miles I've actually put on this bike, it rides really well for what it is. Those 20-inch wheels, you definitely feel the road chatter just because of the size of them and the tire pressure, but the aluminum frame was not as stiff as I expected it to be. It is rather compliant for the size, and you're able to charge and really take on a lot more than you would expect just by looking at this bike. I've kind of gone down the rabbit hole and looked into the mini bike culture, and there's a lot of fun bikes out there that people have modified. So we might play with this bike a little bit with the basket and changing up handlebars, but for now we've only swapped out the pedals and added a tail light on there just to have greater visibility while cruising around town. If you're interested in the Propella Mini, we'll have a link down below. Check it out. The review is going to have a little bit more information on the specs of this bike, but there really is not a whole lot to share beyond what's been shared here. Thanks again to Propella for sending over the Mini to us. We have had a blast riding this one, and we are definitely interested in riding the rest of the bikes in your lineup. For now, the Mini, it's great. We've had a blast on it. You should check it out. If you have any questions, leave them down below in the comment section. I'll do my best to respond. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you in the next one.